today's episode of Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords, we're going to demonstrate a massive field battle. One of my favorite parts of this game. I've built together an army here of 655 units, and my castle here is under siege by an enemy army with 417. I've arrived at the castle. I'm going to stop their assault, and I'm going to attack their siege camp. And well, you'll see, we'll devastate this army. Let's give it a go. Now, it's one of the best parts of the game. Now, at the very beginning, you can kind of lay out your field of battle, where your starting units are going to be, the type of units they are, how many are in each. And if you want to, you can put a hero troop into either a commander position or just as a unit in the troop. Now, one of the things you have to watch is, look, these are not mounted troops. You have infantry, ranged, and then you have mounted archers, cavalry, combination of both. That's what you've got. So obviously for our mounted units, here we are, some mounted cavalry here. There's 12% of them here. Here's some mounted units here as well. What we'd like to do is put some people in charge. Commander is not mounted, so let's put him here. Let's get rid of him. Put him over here. Okay, put him back up here. Don't want him there. All right, gotta put him over here. We'll put Bolat over here. All these other ones here have units in them. So let's go and see all these are mounted. So you see you're going to get mounted. Don't put them there. But we can put him in his unit. Let's see if anyone else is not mounted. Nope. So when they're not mounted, let's just put them in one of the units. Most of my heroes are mounted, just because that's what I like. What you don't want to do is put a unit who's mounted into a non-mounted unit's entourage. And this is it. Let's get started. If you hold down the Alt key, you can see how far away the enemy is. You can see they're coming towards us. Now, because there's so many troops on both sides, we'll go in waves. Hitting the F1 key, you can tell all the units to do something. We're just going to charge. We're just going to charge. I already know I'm stronger than them. I'm going to pull out my spear. I like to charge. Let's just take some guys out right now. I'm a fast horse rider. I've got a very fast horse. That one's down. We're heading towards their units. They're going to start attacking soon. He's down. If you don't want to get too close, they'll attack me. I'm going to hit some of these outriders. Kafarak is dead. I just like to circle the battlefield at the beginning and continue pummeling. Killed an archer. Damaged them. They're on my team. Let's just keep coming by. Now, let's do a flyby and throw some spears. Javelins, I should say. Don't throw randomly. Now, my units are pretty high level. They have a lot of cannon fodder in there. Let's just park it here and watch the battle a little bit. So you can see we've got quite a few units moving in closely. Those are the foot units. As you can see over here in the right hand side of the screen, anything that's green is where one of my units has killed one of their units, and so you can see we're killing a lot more of them than any of our guys are getting killed. I don't tend to have a lot of low-end units in my troops. I like to upgrade them and spend money on them as much as possible. Doesn't look, oh, there's one. Ooh, that was too big of a jump for my horse. I'm looking for some more horsemen. There aren't any. Looks like largely this is it. Yeah, welcome to the slaughter. They're just going down. Oh, there's a couple guys here. Let's see if we can get them. Did some damage. Killed one. Anyone else? Yeah, let's get this guy. He's down already. They're all down. Just running into them with your horse hurts them too, so one tactic you can use against lower level troops, oh here's a bunch of lower level troops, is just to ram them with your horse. It can cause damage, but lots of enemies. One dead. 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 Let's just keep going. These are all low-level troops, I can tell. Dead. You can see here 15 points of damage just running into them because they're low level. Dead. Here's a guy on horse. Dead. Killed the horse though, I think. Not the unit. Dead. Dead. See if we can do something about this guy. Let's leave him alone. Head back to the larger group where there's more things to hit. Now, I could just sit back like a lot of leaders do and watch the fight from afar, but I personally enjoy getting in there, and you can see a whole bunch more just appeared, and like I said, it's because there's so many. And of course, one danger is that you're way too close to them when they appear, and then you're a lone rider in the middle of 100 men. Not a good situation. Done. Done dinnered. Give him hell! Not much left of the enemy. We're all congregating in this one area. And you can see there, I just rammed them. The other point is I have a lot of heavy cavalry compared to the enemy, and so the heavy cavalry is heavily armored. Their archers do some damage, but not a lot. So they're just outmanned, outweaponed, out-armored. I want to say outgunned, but it's just not applicable to this game. But the first-person main battles like this are pretty stellar. See, these are all peasants. You can kill them just charging through them, and that's what I do. Just charge through swinging. All the cavalry's doing the same thing. Just charging through them. Devastating. No one wants to be a field of bodies underneath a wave of charging horse feet. No one wants that. Yeah, they're so dead. They're just totally devastated. It is a massacre. An absolute massacre. And that's what you get for trying to attack my castle. I'm not putting up with your crap. You are not going to survive at all. Where do you think you're going? Oh, you think you're going somewhere, do you? Yeah, I didn't think so. And the battle is won. Well, now let's collect the spoils. Collect the spoils of war. I lost 2 people out of my army. Of course, we sustained some injuries, but my medics will bring them back soon enough. Now let's just capture all the prisoners and then stick them in the castle dungeons. Now look at this. We can pick up a couple new troops if we want to. Yeah, I do, just because I don't really have room for all these prisoners. I'm going to pick up the high-end prisoners, just because when I sell them, they're worth a lot more. I don't need anybody else. The rest are kind of too low. I'll let them go. Okay. Now let's jump in the castle. Let's go to the dungeon and donate these prisoners. If they're in jail, they can't be building armies and coming to get us. Okay, I'm going to disassemble my army. Disband. Let them run around and rebuild their individual troop counts. And that's it. That is a massive field battle in Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlords. Check it out.